Hello, everyone out there in podcast world. Hope you're having a wonderful day. You are listening to or watching Service Business Mastery Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Tersh Blissett, and this is not our normal recording day, so I don't have the luxury of having Josh on the show as well. So you don't get to hear me make fun of him today. Actually, I still will make fun of him. He just won't be able to defend himself, so that's even better. Josh and I spent last week in Arizona. Well, Josh spends every week in Arizona. He lives there. But I got to go out to Phoenix, Arizona with Josh and go hang out with him and his peeps. And then we were at the Service World Expo and Business Uncensored event. They had a combination event together. And Josh and I had the privilege of getting up on stage and talking about AI in the trades and how it's disrupting the trades in the future and now. So, which is great because that was kind of our practice round for the Future of HVAC Summit that is coming up here shortly in a couple weeks. And I have Amy Singleton on the show today, and we're going to talk a little bit about that, the whole summit, and a little bit about herself, so that if you don't know who she is and what she's about, you'll be able to learn a little bit more today. And I apologize if I sound out of breath because about 5 minutes before the show started, my son came to me and said, "Hey, Dad, you got to take me to football practice. We're out of school today, and football starts in 15 minutes." So I got to run my kids' soccer. It's a football practice, soccer practice. One plays soccer, one plays football. And so I literally coming in wheels hot, getting ready for today's episode. But with that being said, I'm excited to have Amy on the show and talk about the summit that's going to be coming up here shortly. And if you haven't gotten your tickets already, there's a link in the show notes. Make sure you sign up for the show and give me feedback. Give Josh and I feedback on our presentation of AI and at the summit as well. But yeah, let's get started with today's episode.
Are you looking for valuable business advice to reach that 7-figure revenue mark? Do you want actionable tips to properly navigate through every business challenge you encounter along the way? Let Tersh Blissett and Josh Crouch be your guide in getting you to the top here at Service Business Mastery. Tune in as they sit down with world-renowned authors in business, leadership, and personal growth who share valuable insights about management, marketing, pricing, human resources, and so much more. Let their nuggets of wisdom gold guide you in owning a thriving, profitable, and ever-growing business. Here are your hosts, Tersh and Josh.
Hey there, Amy.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Not running in from dropping my kid off at football practice, but okay.
I appreciate your patience with me on that one.
Absolutely, man. That's real life, right? That's what happens in business and life, whether you got a 9 to 5 or you're doing your own podcast show, kids still need us.
That's a true story. True story. So for those who don't know who you are, if you're watching this episode and you've never heard of Service Business Master podcast, it is a podcast for service business owners, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, across the threshold type businesses, owners, managers, and technicians. And our target our goal with the show is to help answer some unasked questions, maybe pertaining to business or life in general. In today's episode, we have Miss Amy on, and you do a lot of digital marketing. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yes, I am an owner of an agency as well as a podcast host, speaker, and all those fun things that come along with that, the digital world.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about you and how you got into doing what you're doing.
Yeah, so I'm actually a registered nurse, which is not
cool.
exactly the same thing as a digital marketer. But my husband and partner has owned many home services companies, and
Nice.
my own health wrecked my nursing career back in 2012. Wasn't able to work for a very long time, and then after I met him, and we decided not to run a 125-person painting company anymore. We were just brainstorming, and he's like, "You know who I paid a lot of money to? Digital marketers. Can I
Yeah.
say the A lady's name? Those lead services,
Oh, right.
lead generation
Oh,
services, and
yeah.
marketers who promised me the world and gave me nothing when it came to
Mhm.
my home service business. And so I was helping him run a painting company there for a while as well, and definitely got my hands dirty with the tools and learned everything from start to finish. And we want to do better because we
Yeah.
know that there are so many tradesmen, craftsmen out there that know their craft. They know it, but getting the word out for that, marketing it with this newfangled thing
Mhm.
is difficult, especially here in our area in Oklahoma. We tend to lag behind the times, as you
Yeah.
may as well down in Georgia.
Oh,
But
yeah.
helping those guys, mostly guys, with their marketing efforts has just been a joy. Watching them step out of the doing and into the actual business ownership of the thing has been completely transformative. So super exciting.
So tell me about this wild, summit that we have going on. I've shared the social media post that you so graciously created for me because I'm terrible at that type of content.
Shout
I can
out to
talk.
my team, not me,
I
not
can
me.
talk, but, and that's the thing. I told your team, I was like, if you'll send me the post, I will put it right up into Social Pilot
That's
and
it.
put it right out there. But if you're going to ask me to create the post, it's going to take me a little bit of time because I'm going to have to think.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. Too much going on. Yeah, the Future of HVAC Summit is coming up, like you said, the October 18th and 19th. Just a half day thing from like 9:30 in the morning to 1 in the afternoon, 9 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, Central Standard Time. And we are bringing in all of the experts. Obviously, you guys were at the very top of our list to come in and talk to folks about AI. But we have other people like from Patrick Lang to Roger Wakefield, David Holt, a couple, a brother and sister couple from right here in Oklahoma City with a business called A&T Mechanical. They're just killing it in the family owned side of things. So just looking to get the most amount of value to the most amount of HVAC contractors in the least amount of time, because we know people are busy, right? And we don't have time to be traveling everywhere all the time. So virtual summit, loads of value, tons of free stuff, and ultimately just helping those HVAC businesses move forward into the future because things are feeling a little weird right now in a lot of industries, especially home services.
Yeah, I agree 100%. So what brought you about to do something like this? Because it's not something that's simple to do. That's creating any kind of summit, even if it's virtual. It's um, it's still very time consuming and daunting task to do.
Oh, for sure. And like I said, it's taken the whole team to get this thing organized, but we just see, just like in running our business anymore, the internet and life, it's so noisy. It's just so noisy. And so we wanted to ring a clear bell to the HVAC contractors in the United States and say, we hear you, we see you, we know that you're looking for help, but there's so many freaking options out there. There's so many gurus online trying to give their advice, and not everyone is as ethical as you and Josh to give
Right.
brass tacks, like the real things, those unanswered questions. Like, look, I can listen to theory all day long, but tell me what to do. Give me a roadmap. This event, this summit is that roadmap for these folks.
Okay. So, and do you have a layout? First off, before I ask that, where do you get registered at again?
Thefuturehvac.com.
Okay. And do you have a map or a schedule of the event? I didn't ask you that before. I don't know if you had it.
Yeah,
already
yeah.
prepared.
I do. I have it pulled up here in front of me. So let's see. Day one. Are you wanting me to go through who's going to be
Yeah. Yeah.
there? What's going
Sure.
on? Yeah. Okay. So October 18th, day one. Trevor Gosser is going to be talking about unlocking sales success, and how the sales pitch is turning customers away, and a different way to do that. Then we have Roger Wakefield, speaking your customer's language, improving communications models. Then we have Alec Ivanov, talking about culture. And this guy is killing it in his own business. I can't wait for him to share with you guys what he's doing. Then we have the famous you and Josh
Yeah.
speaking on your AI, creating a more consistent client experience by using your
Oh, yeah.
AI tools. Very excited for that one. Then we're wrapping up day one with Ruth King. So
Oh,
maintenance
yeah.
programs, talking about, this lady is getting businesses financially fit left, right, and sideways. And she's talking about maintenance programs and thriving through these hard times like we're experiencing right now through maintenance programs, and why you definitely want that in your business. Then top of day 2, myself will be talking about, the title of my presentation is, does your website pass the grunt test? Like, it's bad, or it's good, But also, yeah. I'm really going to be talking more about the overall marketing strategy and those big pieces that you really have to have. What comes first, like what to do next, that kind of thing, as it relates especially to the digital world. And then we're very excited to have snagged Patrick Lang to come in and talk about maximizing the value of the business and strategy for succession, for selling, whether that be to your family member, to someone else, to your lead tech, whoever that is, the strategy for that succession of the business. Then we have David Holt talking about HVAC craftsmanship. This guy has literally been doing this since before I was born. So he knows a thing or two. He's been doing it a really, really long time.
He's a great guy.
Excellent guy. And then we have Jessica and Joseph. They are the owners of A&T Mechanical right here in Oklahoma City. So they will be talking about running a family business and all of the things that means, and how they are really, really making that thing work and have been for generations. And then we wrap it up with Laura Sukorakov, I think I probably got it right, and Sean Hamilton on 7 ways to attract and retain field service technicians. Hello, is anybody having problems getting help? Because yes, everyone is. So that will wrap up the event, and everybody is bringing their very best and giving their all to this group.
That is exciting. It's so funny because let's see, Miss Ruth, Roger, Patrick, and David have all been on the podcast multiple times. So.
I love it. And I just saw Michelle Frank Michelle LaFrance. Yeah, I just connected with her through LinkedIn, and she's going to be on my podcast, Queen's Lead, in a couple of weeks.
That's cool. So tell us about your podcast. What is it all about?
Yeah, it is. And I had to actually go and I did not go anywhere and purchase this. Amazon delivered this. But about the third person who asked, I was expecting you to be wearing an actual crown. So I was like, all right, fine. I will buy an actual crown. But it is called Queen's Lead. And it is about women, female entrepreneurs, and living our lives the way that we do. All the hats people like to talk about. For me, we just have one hat. It's this one. And each one of those crowns in the hat is a piece of who we are. And so helping women to navigate getting out of that 9-to-5 into entrepreneurship, supporting the women that are doing really great things. And we just get on there and cuss and discuss pretty much.
Yeah, that's cool. I like it.
Yeah.
And what's the name of that again?
Queen's Lead.
Queen's Lead. Very cool. And then Miss Michelle commented right there on our
I see that.
Live stream.
Hey, the little live stream thing's working.
You're right. Yeah.
I love it. Thanks, StreamYard.
I was hanging out with Michelle last week, and she attended our Josh and ours our talk on AI. It was really funny because I don't respond to emails typically. AI does normally, and so she made a post on LinkedIn this morning or the other day, notating that I don't respond to my emails. I do respond to them. I just don't reply to them. I don't hit the reply button. ChatGPT replies, and I just proofread and send, which is really cool. I've known Michelle for a really long time. She's a great person and a super go-getter. But yeah, Amy, I really appreciate you hanging out and chatting with me. I know this is a quick episode, but we wanted to really highlight the summit and everything that it's about, because there's a lot of very difficult people to get into the same room at one time. And I know there's a couple other people who wanted to speak too, but there's just such a tight, timeline there. I don't know how I'm
when
going
you
to get
put
over
something like this together, let me tell you, the DMs start flying like, do you need more speakers? Do you need more speakers? Do you need more speakers?
Yeah.
Next time.
Absolutely. And I don't know how I'm going to fit 30 minutes. I know I definitely won't run over because I don't want Miss Ruth give me any lashings, but 30 minutes can be tough because I could talk on AI for hours and hours. So,
and I could listen to you talk about it for hours. I wish I would have been at that summit where Michelle was. When we were chatting back and forth, she was there, and we couldn't make it this year.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, I'm excited to talk, and that is October the 18th and 19th. And
that's
If you are not already registered, it's free to register. Just go to thefuturehvac.com and click on that link there, the free registration. But with that being said, if you have any questions for me or Josh, don't hesitate to reach out to us, servicebusinessmastery.com. And we have a little button at the bottom where you can record a conversation, a message. And if you need to reach out to Miss Amy, what's the best way to do that?
AmySingleton.net gets you every link I have.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
That's simple enough. I appreciate you hanging out with us. And if anybody has any questions at all, don't hesitate to reach out to either one of us. You have a wonderful day. We'll see you later.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Service Business Mastery. Now that you are equipped with essential business advice from this impactful conversation, you are one step closer to becoming the successful owner of your dreams. If this episode has been helpful to your business journey, don't forget to subscribe to the show, leave a rating, and share it with other owners as well. Visit servicebusinessmastery.com to learn more.